Welcome, my friends. Today you will learn English with the true story of a man who changed how we see the universe. His name was Albert Einstein. At school, people thought he was slow, but later he became a genius, one of the greatest minds in history. This is not just a story about science. It is a story about believing in yourself. So listen carefully, learn new words, and enjoy the amazing journey of Albert Einstein's life. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in a small city in Germany. His parents were worried about him when he was a baby. He did not speak until he was almost 4 years old. Some people thought he had a problem. But Albert was just quiet. He watched everything around him. He listened more than he spoke. And even as a child, he was already thinking very deeply. One day, when Albert was 5 years old, his father gave him a small compass. It changed his life. He saw the needle always point in the same direction, but why? What was moving it? He could not see anything around it. This simple compass made him ask big questions. What are the hidden forces in nature? How does the world really work? From that moment, Albert wanted to understand the universe. At school, Albert was different from other children. He did not like to follow rules. He asked too many questions. His teachers did not like this. They thought he was lazy or not smart. One teacher even said he would never do well in life. But Albert did not stop learning. He loved reading books about math and science, and he always kept asking why. When Albert was a teenager, he began teaching himself hard subjects. He learned algebra, geometry, and calculus much faster than other students. He was not fast at speaking, but he was fast at thinking. Still, life was not easy. After he finished school, he could not find a job as a teacher. No one wanted to hire him. So he started working at a small patent office. In the patent office, Albert had to look at other people's inventions. It was not exciting work, but in his free time, he thought about big ideas. He wrote down his thoughts, he did math problems, and he created new theories. In 1905, when he was just 26 years old, he published 4 papers. Each one changed science. One of them included the famous equation E equals mc squared. This simple-looking equation said something very powerful. It said that mass and energy are the same thing, just in different forms. A small piece of matter can turn into a huge amount of energy. That idea changed the world. Scientists began to see the universe in a new way. Albert Einstein became famous, but he was still the same simple man with wild hair and a kind smile. In 1915, Einstein gave the world something even bigger, his theory of general relativity. It changed how we understand gravity. Most people thought gravity was just a force. But Einstein said gravity is caused by the bending of space and time. Imagine putting a heavy ball on a soft bed. The bed curves. This is what big objects like the sun do to space. They bend it, and that is how gravity works. In 1919, Einstein's theory of general relativity was tested. Scientists watched a solar eclipse. During the eclipse, they saw light from stars bend as it passed near the sun, just like Einstein predicted. This was proof that his theory was right. The news spread quickly around the world. Newspapers called him a genius. He became famous overnight. But Einstein didn't change. He still lived simply. He still enjoyed walking alone and thinking. Einstein was not just a scientist. He was also a man of peace. He spoke out against war. He believed in kindness, in helping others, and in thinking for yourself. When Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany, Einstein was very sad. He was Jewish, and many people he knew were in danger. So in 1933, he left Germany. He moved to the United States. There, he took a job at a university called Princeton. Even in America, Einstein kept asking big questions. He also spoke about human rights, peace, and freedom. But something terrible was happening. In Europe, World War II had begun. Germany was building powerful weapons. Einstein feared they might try to build a bomb, an atomic bomb, using science like E equals mc squared. So he signed a letter to the U.S. president warning him of the danger. That letter led to the creation of the Manhattan Project. The atomic bomb was created and it was used in the war. When Einstein heard about the bomb being dropped, he was heartbroken. He never wanted science to hurt people. He had hoped it would be used for peace, not war. For the rest of his life, he worked to stop nuclear weapons. He wanted a better world, a world where people used knowledge to help, not to destroy. Even in his old age, Einstein continued to work. He tried to find one great theory that could explain everything in the universe. He called it the unified field theory, but he never finished it. Still, he never stopped trying. He believed that the universe had a deep order, and that someday we might understand it. Einstein became more than just a scientist. He became a symbol of curiosity, peace, and imagination. He loved music, too. He played the violin when he was thinking. He once said, "If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician." Music helped him relax. It helped his mind dance with ideas. He believed science and art both came from the same place, the heart. Many people came to visit Einstein in his final years. They asked him for advice. Some asked him for answers. But often, he just smiled and said, "I don't know." He was never afraid to admit when he didn't understand something. In fact, he believed that asking questions was more important than always having the answers. In 1955, Albert Einstein passed away. He was 76 years old. His body was gone, but his ideas stayed. His theories changed how we see space, time, energy, and light. His name became a word we use for someone very smart. Even children today know the name Einstein. But more important than his intelligence was his spirit. He believed in kindness. He believed in thinking for yourself. He believed in never giving up on your dreams, even when people laugh at you. And most of all, he believed in wonder, the power of asking why. So what can we learn from Albert Einstein? Not just science. We learn that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be slow to speak. It's okay to ask big questions that others don't understand. Because sometimes the quietest minds are the ones that change the world.